Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today we're unpacking a really exciting, highly focused update coming straight out of the Claude developer platform. So, if you're building with AI or even just tracking how these agent frameworks are evolving, well, buckle up. We're going to look at exactly what this new update means directly from the source docs.
Okay, let's dive right into this. The date we are anchoring to is August 1, 2026. You know, in the incredibly fast-paced world of developer platforms, this specific date actually marks a super targeted, deliberate enhancement to Anthropic's developer ecosystem.
Section 1. The August 1 update. What changed? We're looking at a highly specific, but quite frankly, super notable expansion for developers here.
So the headline here is pretty straightforward. Claude Opus 5 has officially been added to the supported models list for Dreams. Before this, Opus 5 was notably absent. Now, it's absolutely crucial to point out that there were literally no other changes announced in this update. No interface tweaks, no deprecations of older features, just a laser-focused edition of Opus 5. The whole shebang is just this one model edition.
But hey, before we get totally lost in the weeds on model capabilities, let's just pause for a second. What exactly is Dreams? It's a fundamental question, especially if you're a bit newer to this framework.
So as a quick refresher, Dreams is Anthropic's managed agent product. You access it directly through the Claude developer platform, and it's built specifically for early access experimentation. Basically, it gives researchers a structured, safe environment to build and test out AI agents. If you want the real granular mechanics of how it operates under the hood, you can find all those details right in the official documentation.
Now, it's incredibly vital to remember the current status of Dreams. We are not talking about a production-stable product here. This isn't some general release that you'd use to build a massive, customer-facing enterprise app on tomorrow. It is strictly categorized as a research preview. Essentially, you're getting a sneak peek into an evolving laboratory for agent building.
Moving right along to Section 2, why model choice matters. The impact. Seriously, why is adding a single model such a big deal for these agent frameworks?
Well, an agent-building model choice pretty much dictates everything. Different Claude models possess entirely different capability profiles. Some are tuned for blazing speed, while the Opus tier, that unlocks the absolute most advanced reasoning available. So, by integrating Opus 5, Anthropic is fundamentally shifting the ceiling on what these experimental agents can actually achieve. It's a huge signal that they're actively fueling the Dreams framework with their absolute newest tech.
And this brilliantly illustrates the practical impact for us developers. See, before August 1st, if you wanted to leverage Opus 5's advanced capabilities, it meant you had to manually wire up your own integration. You were writing custom code, managing external API calls, totally outside the framework. It was a chore. Now, developers have native access directly within Dreams. It completely removes all that heavy lifting, which lets researchers focus purely on testing the actual agent behavior rather than, just plumbing connections. Real game changer.
To really drive this home, let's look at this direct guidance straight from the source docs. Quote, because Dreams is still in research preview, the supported model list is likely to keep changing as the product matures. End quote. That sets incredibly clear expectations for us. The toolbox just isn't static. As developers, we should definitely anticipate continuous shifts and expansions exactly like this one.
Section 3, resources and next steps. Where to go. Let's talk about where you can track all this stuff.
To stay totally current as this research preview evolves, you'll really want to lean on two main resources. For the absolute ground truth, always check the supported models section in the official Dreams documentation on the Anthropic platform. But if you're looking for maybe an independent manual that translates all these updates and features into, plain English guidance, ClaudeMaster.net is a fantastic supplementary tool to have in your back pocket.
All right, so we've covered the August 1st edition of Opus 5 and that massive shift from manual to native integration. So I want to leave you with this final, kind of provocative thought. As the platform matures and inevitably leaves this research preview phase, which models will Anthropic integrate into Dreams next? The evolution of AI agent frameworks is happening so rapidly right now. Keep experimenting, keep checking those model lists, and thank you so much for joining me on this explainer.